Jules, we're not done. We have more quick hits.
Yes.
Manchester United have their center forward. Finally, it's Benjamin Sesko.
It is, Gabby. It's the end of the summer saga for the number 9 at Manchester United. They've tried others. They could not get who they wanted first. So it's Sesko. Let's see. I mean, Ruben Amorim, after their friendly against Fiorentina, was like, yeah, we struggled last year because we didn't have a proper number 9. That's for you, Højlund and Zirkzee. But now we do. So hopefully things will be better. It's pressure on Sesko, who never scored more than 13 goals in the league in one season.
And I don't think he's played as a lone striker either. He's always played in a 2.
Absolutely, with Openda, for example, last season at Leipzig. So we'll see. It's a lot of money again, 85 million in total with bonuses.
Even more than Gyökeres, the kind of guy.
Absolutely.
Kind of funny, Gyökeres, the guy you thought might be reunited with Amorim, goes there. The other one, the Arsenal, the club with the young players, might have gone for the younger striker.
Yeah.
Instead,
yeah, and that's a lot of money spent on three players for Manchester United with Cunha and Mbomo. And Gab, Sesko's arrival suggests one of Zirkzee or Højlund will be on the move.
Both. And I tell you, who's not going to be sad to see either one leave?
No.
Mark Ogden, of course.
Yeah, of course. He doesn't make
yeah, Højlund's been linked to Milan in a loan move. Milan are also looking at Dusan Vlahovic. I think what they're trying to do is play one off the other.
Yeah.
I think they like Martinez. There's also been some suggestion of Rafael Leao playing through the middle, Pulisic going back to his spot on the left. They figure they're biding their time on this. Højlund apparently wants to stay and fight for his place. We'll see how this turns out. Darwin Núñez to Al Hilal is done. It's a 53 million euro deal between him and Luis Diaz. Liverpool raised more than 100 million for two guys who were destined to be on the bench this season.
Probably. I think they're two good deals. I mean, Diaz, there was always going to be a market for him, whether that was Barcelona or Bayern Munich, and they sold well for somebody that they paid a lot of money for. Darwin, they also paid a lot of money for, didn't work out as well as Luis Diaz, and really there was no market for Darwin anywhere apart from Saudi, and Al Hilal is the club. Good luck to him. But it's decent for Liverpool. Again, they've sold well this summer.
And I think from his perspective, he got killed by people saying, why are you going now? Why don't you go and prove them wrong in Europe? The stats nerds come out and say his pressing stats, his work rate, blah, blah, blah. But I think there's a World Cup coming up. And he says, maybe this is a little bit easier for me out there. And then in a year's time, we'll see.
And we've seen players going to Saudi and still coming back to Europe after. It's not the end of your career.
Rodri's unlikely to be fit until after the September break, Jules.
Yeah, that's the injury he picked up during the Club World Cup, groin injury. I mean, as we know, he came back not that long before the end of the season, then played in the Club World Cup. And now it's another month and a half, probably between 4 and 6 weeks off, which is a long time again, and misses the start of the season again, like he did last season already before the knee injury. It's just not good.
Jules, as you know, I am not a doctor. You are far more medically adjacent than me. I don't understand it. This guy's been rehabbing for a year.
Yeah.
Right? And he's presumably have these sports scientists and stuff back around him. And you put him on the pitch in the Club World Cup. And you can't blame the Club World Cup for this. It just happens. It could happen in training.
Yeah.
How does this happen again?
I don't know. Did he come back too soon at the end of the season? Did he train too hard to come back? I don't know. Is this an injury to that in compensation for the? I just don't know. Or it's just bad luck maybe. And
maybe it's just bad luck. I don't know. I just want to see him on the pitch.
I know.
Also because City are my picks to win the Premier League.
Yeah, of course. So you need him on the pitch to be right in your prediction. Sticking with City as well, Gabby. Everton continue to push Jack Grealish on loan, but according to the Times, the wages are sticking points.
Actually, Jules, as we record this in real time, wages were a sticking point. Apparently, the Times reporting that he's having a medical very, very shortly. I'm glad. I just wonder, why wasn't this resolved earlier? He was reportedly on about £300,000 a week. That's about 15 million pounds a year. Everton were willing to pay less than a third of that to take him on loan, which is pretty normal in these situations. City saying, well, hang on, we don't want to get stuck with the extra 10 million. This is where you expect the player to take a step back. Apparently, they've reached an agreement. I hope he's taken a step back. And I'm wondering, dude, it's the middle of August. Why didn't you do this sooner?
That's true.
Why didn't the moment you weren't going to the US, why didn't you say, hey, what can I do to make this deal happen for me, for my England career, for everyone? Levi Colwell will miss a big chunk of the season after injuring his cruciate. Jules, are they something a little short at the back?
Well, it's Tosin, Shaloba, and Wesley Fofana is back now, and I guess you could play James there, maybe even Kukureya there, but that's pushing a little bit then. So yeah, I think they are a little bit. This was obviously not planned. The Colwell injury would have been a starter in that team, all season long, really. So that would probably force them to go and sign another
This is
defender.
a genuine question. I've lost track. I'm assuming Badiashile and Disasi are...
They're there, but they kind of... I guess Badiashile could be the one replacing him, but I'm not sure how much they like him and how much they want to play him. That's the thing.
Well, another year just reduces his amortization.
Yeah, true. We said earlier that we were waiting to see what the future of Palace was in Europe this season, and it seems that Cass has made his decision, Gab.
Yeah, so as we're reporting this, the excellent Martin Ziegler at the Times reporting that, and he always gets these right, that the Court of Arbitration of Sport have ruled that they're going to go into the Conference League. This has to do with multi-club ownership rules. John Textor, of course, I can't believe we're talking about this guy again, who at the time was the owner of Lyon. He would have had two teams. He had just over, he had a 45% stake roundabout in Crystal Palace, and of course he had Lyon. Under UEFA rules. You have to either put your shares into a blind trust by March. You cannot own two teams in the same competition. Now, Palace obviously didn't know they were going to win the Europa League.
The FA Cup.
Yeah. Or the FA Cup at the time, and that they were going to be playing in the Europa League. And of course, they made the case also that Textor, yes, he had 45%, but he only had 25% of the voting shares, and he wasn't really involved. Now, of course, ironically, supposedly not that involved in Lyon either.
No, at all. He's been kicked out.
I think this feels really, really unfair.
Yeah.
I can understand why CAS found in UEFA's favor, because that is what the rules say. It seems kind of hokey to me that, teams like Manchester United, or owners like Ineos with United and Nice, or the City Football Group with Girona and Manchester City, or indeed our friend and John Textor's friend, Mr. Marinakis, can go out and say, oh, look, this is my lawyer buddy here. He now runs the blind trust, and these clubs have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
City didn't file the paperwork for that. It just seems unfair to me that it feels like a double standard, because obviously these blind trusts are nonsense.
Yeah.
UEFA, I think, need to go down and rewrite the rules on multi-club ownership. And for my part, I would have it very, very simple. You cannot have, you simply cannot, if you own more than 1% of a club, you cannot be in the same competition. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
Just have those rules very clearly. None of this blind trust nonsense. You can have a transition period if you want. I mean, this whole blind trust, these are supposed to be transitional rules, by the way, until they write the definitive ones. And this applies to our friends at Red Bull and nonsense with the sponsorship. Like, I just do not see the benefit to this at all. Fabrizio Romano reports that Spurs are pursuing Savinho, and he's open to a move, Jules.
Yeah, and City not so much. Apparently, Rob Dawson is explaining on the ESPN website, and if Savinho really wanted to go, then City would ask for £50 million for Savinho, which, I mean, is a lot of money for somebody that they got for not much money, considering he was playing for one of their parent clubs, as we've just explained. Spurs already have a lot of wide players. Is Savinho better than Odobert, Kulusevski, or Kudus, Johnson, or Matistel? Maybe not. I mean,
Richarlison is there too. He can play wide too. Don't forget Rico.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that if Savinho goes, then I think City are looking at Xavi Simons to replace him, which is maybe not a bad idea. I don't see really why City would want to let him go, and I'm not sure why you would want to swap City for Spurs, though.
I guess playing time. I guess maybe with Shirky there, he looks at it, and I mean, I think with the Xavi Simons thing, it also seems to me like it's a pretty philosophical choice. What kind of profile? Because yeah, they can both play wide, but they're very different people.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I mean, Savinho far more direct, north south. He does what Doku does, right? And Xavi Simons more of a creative number 10 guy playing wide.
Yeah.